Hey everybody, Brandon Shaga here for week one of mobile user experience. Gonna go over my competitive app analysis really quick, and then I'll go over my um, document that I researched in the database. So the two apps that I compared mine to are Instagram and Pinterest. They're both almost the same. Their interface looks exactly the same. It's got a toolbar with 5 buttons on the bottom. The middle one usually is your way of adding your own photo or pinning something up. There's a button for settings, there's a button to browse, and there's usually a button that lets you get like updates and news, like if people like your picture, or they follow you, or they pin whatever you pin. Or I don't really use the apps too much, but I like them. I mean, from time to time, I'll jump on them. So I'll go over Instagram first. For analyzing the aesthetic, the app is definitely very appealing. The color scheme is amazing in my opinion. It's blue and white and gray, and I feel that it's very easy on the eyes. It's not too bright, um, and it's really easy to use. So it does use a couple of custom components. Some of the buttons are green. They have their own logo at the top of the screen, and they have custom icons across the bottom. Not your typical uh, tab bar. It's all custom designed for them. Um, and the customized components definitely give more appeal to the app. If say they use like the tool or the tab bar that's kind of like for the app store where it's just a plain black and the icons light up blue, I definitely think it would have contrasted a lot with what they're trying to get. So by customizing that bar entirely, it really brings the app um, all together. Um, and I don't think it would present itself and function as well without any customization. Because that's what makes, in my opinion, that's what makes an app an app. Being able to customize and give your own, design on it. That's what makes the app. People want to use apps because it looks good. The views are all being presented meaningful and concise. At the bottom, there's 5 tab bars or tab bar items. Each one brings you to a single view, and well, besides the settings, and that's it. So if you click on the first button, it will give you just a stream of pictures that people you following post, and then all the other buttons are again just a one-page view, so it's really easy. Our tap, swipes, and transitions use appropriate and intuitive. Yes, everything is very, very easy to do on this app. There aren't any really swiping except for on the main page. You can swipe, to scroll your wall or whatever they call it, your pictures up so you can see more. But besides that, if you want to add a picture, you tap the camera. To take the picture, you tap the little camera icon. To add a filter, you just kind of swipe through and scroll through all the filters, click on the one you want, and that's it. When you hit upload, you can add a caption. You can upload it to another social media network. And as far as do they help you understand where you are within the process? So there aren't really any menus or drill downs or anything like that. There's no page flips. To get to settings, you click on the very last icon, which is like your profile, and there's a little gear box that you click to open your settings. But besides that, there aren't any real any of the other options. So Pinterest is almost exactly the same. Again, 5 buttons at the bottom. Very intuitive. This color scheme on this app is also very amazing. It's all gray, and the accent color is red. So the logo is written in red. All the buttons light up red when you selected one. And it's very easy on the eyes, very appealing. So I love the interfaces on both of these apps, and I really think they're designed well. The views again are being presented very easily. One button is each a different view, so the user cannot really get lost. You don't have to drill down 5 times in a menu and then back. Each button just does its own view, and that's all it takes. It only needs the 5 views to actually get things done. Again, with the do they help you understand where you are within the process? There are titles on top of the views, letting you know what you're actually looking at. But there's not real too much complication with this app. So Yes, and then here's my heuristics evaluation sheet. Um, I'm not going to go over all these, mostly because it would take a long time to do, but they're pretty much very similar, just because the apps are so much the same that um, a lot of these are just copy and pasted because it's the same for both. For my host article, I chose this one called "Design with the User's Needs in Minds" by Myra Aisha Villar. So it goes over a couple pointers. First one being focus on your target audience. So this is probably the biggest thing that you need to do as a developer. Um, if you design with a target audience in mind and you go outside of that scope, you're either going to find people that aren't interested in the app or they're not going to use it. So that's why focusing on the audience that you're making the app for is essential. The second thing is early evaluation of design, so feedback. Keep communication fluent between the application and the learner. So, like in Instagram and Pinterest, the first time you're on the app, it puts an overlay on the screen that tells the user exactly what all the buttons do, how to pin something, how to view other people's pins, things like that, how to view their pictures. Being able to, you know, show the user what they can do is what's going to help the user continue to use the app. If you just kind of throw the app at them and have to learn everything on their own, they're going to get frustrated and they're going to put the app down. Efficiency of use. This is another big factor. Make sure that your app is very easy to use. People tend to get frustrated very easily when they can't figure something out or when something's too complicated. If they have to spend 20 minutes figuring out how to just upload a picture, they're going to just delete the app and find something that's better to use. So, minimalist design, I also feel this is a big factor. Both Instagram and Pinterest use very minimalistic designs. 5 buttons, 5 views, except for to add a picture and settings. You can't get any more minimalist than that. I mean, you don't need to have a bunch of options and settings and views and people have to like drill down 6 pages just to comment on something. That's too frustrating. People are gonna just give up on it. But all these are great points. I think this article is a great read, and it's definitely something that should be looked at if you plan on ever designing apps or building apps in the future. So that's my video, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks.